Welcome back to Ross Taylor Woodworks. These are the shelves that I got out of the cleanup, the Waverly cleanup. And I'm going to use them down in the shipping room to store resale items. And I think they'll work out great. First I got to do is clean them up. They're extremely dirty. So I always clean stuff up with TSP first. And then I probably have to do a little modification to them and put them back together. Alright, here's where I'm at with this. Got them straightened out, cleaned up, and I went around and screwed all the shelves in with some finished screws. Got them all squared up. I was able to reference off of the middle shelves here. They're about the same height. So I used those as a reference for square, and I made a mark right here. And I squared the middle shelves. So I had a reference for square. The shelves were completely out of square. Now the next step is to cut the bottoms, and I was trying to figure out the best way to do this, and then came up with this. The concrete floor is about 3/4 of an inch out of level. I just went down and measured that, and it's about 3/4 of an inch out of level. So I came up 3/4 of an inch on this end, and used a straight edge to mark the middle here. Now I'm going to cut the bottoms on those marks so it'll sit level on the floor. Then on the top here, I'm going to cut them all even, once again referencing off that middle shelf. And I've made marks here. I'm not really concerned about what the height is. So I marked all these the same as the right hand side. Then I'm going to put a board on the top here. Alright, we're down in the shipping room. We've got the shelves down here, just sitting there, and I'm going to screw them together. I put this bookcase here over the winter to hold books. And I'm going to screw the shelves right next to those. I'm going to screw them together. Screw these new ones together, and I found a board to go on the top there. It's perfect. I don't care if it overhangs like that. The case is a little bit off, so I'm just going to use a shim. Put a shim in there and screw this tight. That should be pretty close to plumb, right on the money. Alright, up on the top here, I anchored it to the wall with some angle irons. Alright, that's just about it. Maybe a couple more screws just to anchor this together. Get that shim in there. The side of this bookcase was a little bit off, so I think that'll work good. I got the second order from Etsy, and it's a big one. 27 volume set of Encyclopedia Britannica. So I'm in the process of wrapping it right now. So what I'm doing is wrapping each book in paper. Then these are going to ship in at least 2 boxes. The entire set weighs 100 pounds, so it can't go in one box. Try to find some boxes for these. I may have to go get a Home Depot box or something. Okay, I'm going to take each volume. This is number 16, and I'm going to mark 16 on the outside of the paper. And I'm using some blue tape here. It's just a little bit easier than the packing tape. There we go. If you're wrapping a book, you could also use bubble wrap. But the paper is much thinner. It won't add so much bulk. This will add a tremendous amount of bulk to each book, and won't fit into the box as well. And the next step is to wrap each one in a plastic bag, just using the plastic grocery bags. Just tie that like that. Getting the air out, and then just seal that up. This will protect it from any moisture. Alright, I'm in the middle of boxing these up now. I went down to Home Depot and got a couple of medium heavy-duty boxes. I only had the small. Someone gave me these Home Depot small boxes. They weren't quite big enough. So I got these down at Home Depot, the nice heavy-duty, the medium box. And I've got one boxed up so far. And I'm fitting 12 volumes in each box. So it'll be roughly 50 pounds per box. The weight limit is 70 pounds, so they can't go in one box. Just be way too unwieldy at 100 pounds. Even if you shipped at UPS, it would cost a couple $100 or something. So, and this will go medium mail. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is put a piece of foam on the bottom. Then an extra layer of cardboard on top of that. Okay, and the way these fit in the best is to go upright. I'm going to put 7 volumes that way. 3 going this way. And then 2 volumes on top. Then I'm going to stuff the whole thing with newspaper around here. For right now, I just put a single piece of tape on just to hold it closed. I have to put a packing slip in yet. And then these are going to Florida. So I put a flat rate, $75 medium mail shipping on these. Before I listed them, I did a calculation if they were to go to California. I was originally going to do 3 boxes. So I did a calculation based on 3 boxes to California, and it was about $22 per box. So I came up with the $75. So I'm going 2 boxes. I don't think it'll make any difference. When I calculated it, it might come up a little bit different. Even if it's a little bit over the 75, it's not a big deal. So once again, these are going to Florida. And about 50 pounds per box. Not too bad. So I have to go print separate shipping labels for each one of these and run them over to the post office. Alright, as it turns out, I can't print a medium mail shipping label from the USPS website. So I'm going to go down to the post office and just mail them directly. Pay for it. Generally don't like to handwrite labels because of the potential of making a mistake. So there I'm going to do that. I've used my FedEx paste on labels. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a spray adhesive on the backs of these. And we got a custom made shipping label. And I put packing slips in the boxes. I'm going to tape over the label to protect it. Now I'll just finish taping up the box.